So now I'm going to open Internet Explorer using the backlink in the spam. Now it is showing the fake website for the Office of State Revenue. Now I'm typing in the captcha code. Let's see the file. I extract the file and then run the program. As soon as I click OK, the mobile displays a warning screen showing that my files have been encrypted. I'm now looking at the information.
Welcome back to Philippines Uncut. Tonight's topic is cybercrime and security. And joining me still is Paul Oliveria, Technical Communication Manager, Trend Micro. And we said goodbye to Nick Ramos, Senior Malware Trainer. Now taking his place is Benjamin Rivera. He's the Threat Research and Training Manager of Trend Micro. Welcome back, Paul. And of course, Benj, welcome to Philippines Uncut. Now, pag-usapan natin yung title mo. It says Threat Research and Training Manager. What does this mean?
Threat Research and Training Manager, basically, we ensure that our Trend Micro employees, even new hires or tenured engineers, are actually trained to the different antivirus technologies and other threats, as well as various responsibilities and tasks that involves malware handling and processing.
Yeah, continue. Yeah.
And for the core technology department alone, we actually have 300 engineers.
And these are the guys that talagang in charge of research and developing defenses, no?
Yes, aside from the analysis, they do provide appropriate solutions.
Okay. What does, when you say threat research, how do you train them to, what is threat research and how do you train them for threat research?
Actually, I also started as a trainee, so
Okay.
During my time, it's about 5 to 6 months training. So it's a pure dedicated training. So you have to pass all the modules. So, and if you failed some of the modules, you will not be able to certified as an antivirus engineer.
Wow.
So for now, especially for new hires, we try to compress at least to focus on the analysis and solution part. So it is about 4 months training, and based on our passing rate, the average is actually 40%.
Wow. Okay, so it's actually a considerable, right, Paul? It's quite considerable kind of training you put into your people. Huh?
Yeah.
6 months, and then passing rate is 40%, so more than half don't make it.
Yes.
So you really get the best of the best.
Yes.
To work for you guys. Cool. Now, the video we showed earlier was something, it's a demonstration of how someone can be a victim of something called ransomware. In
Yes.
fact, this year is called, last year was called the year of online extortion. And this is what ransomware is all about, online extortion. Let's define it. What is it? What is ransomware, Paul, and how does it work?
Yeah. Okay. So ransomware. So it's a type of malware. So it's a Trojan, as
Yeah.
Nick defined earlier. So what it does, based on the name itself, so it takes files hostage, and it asks the user for ransom to pay outright. So how does it take the file hostage? So in the past, it has been about 10 years or so. In the past, what they do is just basically like encrypt the file, put it in a password-protected zip file, and then ask for money, like for example, I don't know, like iTunes gift card or whatever. But recently, so the reason that we declared 2016 as the year of online extortion, it's because of the prevalence of this, what we call crypto ransomware, which is kind of like the next level encryption. They are now actually using military commercial grade encryption.
Wow.
That will take years. If you try to decrypt it, it will take years of man hours and whatever just to decrypt one file.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Military grade, and we're talking about, this is, I mean, obviously by the term, that the highest degree of encryption possible, no?
It's the highest
Military
degree,
grade. I mean, this is what the
commercial.
U.S. and Russia use and things like that.
Yeah,
Countries
and
like that.
of course, this military grade or the commercial grade encryption also has the key, obviously, to decrypt that. And unlike before, the previous ransomware, the key usually they can be found in the code if they analyze it, the research engineers. But this time they took away the key. It's with them. They are the only ones that can decrypt that.
Wow. Ben,
Yeah, just to add with Paul,
Yes.
Ransomware actually arrives from a different infection vectors.
okay.
So 76% actually arrive via spam email messages. So usually it was exported to links or as an email attachment.
Okay.
And then some of the variants of ransomware were actually coming from, like, for example, compromised websites or bundled with other malware.
But it takes a bit of a human weakness or human factor, because you have to open it and you have to click on the exe file,
Yes.
the execute file, no? So if you're aware, and you don't click on exe, you don't open execute files that are, unknown,
Yes.
or of unknown origin, you should be protected. No? I mean, you
Yes.
should be safe.
Yeah.
Is there any other way of getting ransomware?
Yeah,
Yeah, is
I
it?
think for the compromised website, or sometimes because of vulnerabilities. So these are bugs found on the software. So when your software were not actually patched,
Yes.
so malware will be automatically installed in your computer.
Ransomware.
Yes.
How prevalent is ransomware these days? Because, I mean, okay, we hear about from guys like you, but I personally don't know anyone who's been a victim of ransomware. How often does this happen? I mean, how commonplace is it, Paul?
Yeah, it's very prevalent right now. So in the Philippines, I'm not sure if there's a lot of infections, but based on our data, there is a couple compared to the other countries, obviously. So the more developed countries, I think, are the most infected with this, mainly because, for example, the going rate of the ransom or our payment is around $500. So probably that's the reason why they're focusing on the more developed countries over the developing ones.
But if they bring down the price to $50,
Yeah.
right? I mean, we're 100 million Filipinos, affordable, right?
Yes.
I mean, you will pay.
Yeah, but it is
Absolutely.
prevalent also,
Yes.
because
No?
apart from the payment also, in the last 5 months alone in 2016, we have identified 50 new families of crypto ransomware. When I say families, these are the modifications of the same one, right? Compare that in 2014 to 2015, it's about 48 families. So the 2 years worth of new families
in 1 year,
Combined
not
in
even
2
years.
Yeah, it's compressed into 6 months or
6
5
months. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah.
Yes.
Right, Nick? I mean, Benji.
Benji.
Scary.
Yes,
Scary
of
stuff.
course. And in average, we are seeing like 10 new ransomware families per month.
How do you guys stay ahead of this threat? I mean, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of, threats.
Yeah.
How do you stay ahead?
I think it's very important that you need to be abreast
Yeah.
with especially for the ransomware landscape. What are the different methodologies or extortion techniques? What are the most common types of vectors? So if you were actually aware of that and supplemented by our cloud technologies or our Trend Micro technologies, we could actually find a way to be one step ahead of the threat.
Yes. As I said, a lot of us have all our information online already, And so, I mean, with this ransomware, you could get hit by this and you could have no access to all of your files, all of your pictures, and then all of your records could be
Yes.
held hostage and you'll have no. Is there any, Benj, I have a question. Let's say, God forbid, someone gets hit by ransomware. Is it possible for guys like you in Trend Micro, can you guys open an encrypted file that's been hit by ransomware?
Yes, I think what Paul have shared
Yeah.
earlier,
Yeah.
if the decryption code is actually on the code of the malware data,
Yeah.
we could actually provide a decryptor tool.
But he said the key is no longer there.
Yes. So right now, since most of the key were actually with the threat actor, so it may take years to decrypt or sometimes virtually impossible to decrypt the files.
Wow, wow.
So
Yeah.
I guess to add to that, so let's just assume that once your files are encrypted, unless there's a backup, you can't get them back
So it's
anymore.
gone for good.
Yes.
Yes.
Who are the usual targets of ransomware, Paul? I mean, I mean, okay, obviously companies, businesses with a lot to lose in terms of records and financial information, all that would be, but okay, let's say private consumers, private users like you and me.
Yeah, so it's an industry-wide that cuts across the user bases and the types of customers that we have of the users. So definitely, as you mentioned, so businesses are pretty much targeted. So they have all the trade secrets, the data. But I guess the main motivation for ransomware creators is that they know their audience, they know the type of information or files or data that are precious to them. So for home users,
Yeah.
they probably won't get encrypt the financial statements, but you do have the pictures, you do have the videos of your family there.
Yes.
And if you don't have the backup, so that it's now a choice between paying the ransom or losing your mementos forever.
Why not just pay? I mean, that's what it's what some people would probably say.
That's a good
yeah.
question.
Let's just pay, right?
That's a good question,
Yeah. And be more careful the next time.
Yep.
Right? Okay.
That's a good question, and actually, a lot of people are actually more inclined, I believe, to actually just pay.
Yeah.
But
Especially if the price is not, sky high. Let's say I said, but if it's like $50, $100, even for here in the Philippines, like if someone hijacked my photos of my life, even $500, I would pay,
Yes.
right? But
Yeah.
but what is your company stand on or policy regarding payment?
our stand is that as much as possible, never say no to ransomware. Don't pay the ransom.
What about your
Prevention is mostly the cure for this one. Yeah. In the sense that but prevention is mostly the cure in the sense that this threat of ransomware teaches us, or at least it should now be aware that for users, backup is really important. Now, why do we discourage people to pay? Number one, sometimes or most of the time, you're not guaranteed that the decryption will be sent to
So
you.
they can just get your money and
They
run
can
with
just,
it.
Yeah, they can just get away and run with it. Number two, you get your payments in a sense that, they will now have the more confidence that says, okay, so he pays, why not launch more attacks against this person or this company?
Yes.
It encourages attacks. No?
Yes.
And number three, payment funnels the business. So if the more people pay or the more organizations pay, that means that it kind of legitimizes their business model. Therefore, the attacks won't stop.
How do you pay though? On ransomware, you use your credit card or I mean, how do you pay?
Yes,
when it happens?
yes. Sometimes you will be asked for your credit card information. You need to input your credit card
Okay.
information, and then you paid either in Bitcoin, or sometimes they will ask you for gift cards like iTunes, Amazon's, and
Untraceable.
yes,
Mostly addressable, yeah. The current payment method that they prefer is web currency, what he calls Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, yeah.
And to do that, in the ransom note of this ransomware, they provide instructions on how you can pay. Go to a website. The website is actually untraceable. It's
My gosh.
part of the deep web or the dark web. And in order for you to access the website, you probably need to install something to access the website. And then if you don't have Bitcoins, don't worry. Here's a resource of
Yes.
how you can convert cash to
Wow,
Bitcoin.
I mean, they make it easy for you, huh?
Yes.
They make it easy for you.
and we are seeing recent ransomware that,
God.
for example, it already have the voice capability.
What
So
do you
this is so this is something to verbally move the victims into action. So before it was only a ransom note.
Okay.
So it's just a text messages.
yeah.
And right now it is a voice command. Like for example,
It plays an audio
Yeah, it
file
plays audio
that
file.
says you've been infected.
You
Pay
mean, in
now.
fact, but pay now or your files are gone. Like
yes,
whatever.
and there were also like for example live chat. You could actually
Chat with the
yes,
person?
chat with the threat actors, negotiate.
or their tech
yes,
support, yeah.
yes,
So you
support
actually
staff.
talk to people who are on the other side perpetrating these crimes and like talking and then like
Yes.
tech support.
Have some negotiations.
They really,
My
they really
gosh.
kind of convinces users to pay. They do anything. So either scare tactics like the voice audio playing,
play.
For
endless
sure, that's
loop.
freaky. That's freaky.
The timer. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
like a timer that and then the threats that says if you don't pay within 24 hours, the price will increase or we'll delete your files.
So pressure.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
pressure. And on the other end of the spectrum of these ransomware, there's also like the more customer-centric approach. They have the live chat. If you can negotiate the price, there's the the freemium model, in a sense that, just to make sure that you can trust me, I can decrypt 3 files for you for free.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And,
Oh my
it
gosh.
works.
Oh my God. It works. My God. I
Yes.
mean, this is really a business that they've transformed this into a major business. My golly. Wait, guys, unfortunately, we've come to the end of our show, but thank you very much, Benji. But before we go, maybe last words from Trend Micro Philippines?
Yeah, so
From
at
Paul?
least Trend Micro, like I said, so our vision is to make sure that, the world is safe in exchanging digital information. But in this day and age of cybercrime, ransomware, and threats, and, most of the time, these threats are happening with the involvement of the people or the humans, or, there's human interaction needed.
Yeah.
So I guess it's high time for users and organizations to make sure that, proper threat awareness of what's happening in the landscape is really, really important. And at the same time, so apart from, investing like in the solutions or, the products that Trend Micro
people,
offers,
right?
Yeah, or the people, the safe computing practices,
Yeah.
don't buy pirated software because, this most usually have the vulnerabilities. Don't click on links necessarily. Make sure that you're aware of where it's coming from, if it's legitimate, and like that. So, user awareness can go a long way, essentially.
As I said, the first line of defense is you and me, the person, no?
Yep.
Yes.
Then you guys at Trend Micro supplement that.
Yes.
Excellent. Guys, thank you very much for coming to the show.
Thank
Very
you again.
educational and very scary. So guys, I hope you enjoyed our show on cybersecurity and crime. Join us again next week here at Philippines Uncut. I'll see you next week.
I extract the file. And then run the program. As soon as I click OK, the mobile displays a warning screen, showing that my files have been encrypted. So now, I'm going to open Internet Explorer using the backlink in the spam.
Even new hires or tenured engineers are actually trained to the different antivirus technologies and other threats, as well as various responsibilities and tasks that involves malware handling and processing.
Yeah. Continue. Yeah.
And for the core technology department alone, we actually have 300 engineers.
And these are the guys that talagang in charge of research and developing defenses, no?
Yes, aside from the
For
analysis, they do provide appropriate solutions.
Okay. What does, when you say threat research,
Now it is showing the fake website for the Office of State Revenue. Now I'm typing in the captcha code. Let's see the file. Corrupted. I'm now looking at the information.
welcome back to Philippines Uncut. Tonight's topic is cybercrime and security. And joining me still is Paul Oliveria, Technical Communication Manager, Trend Micro. And we said goodbye to Nick Ramos, Senior Malware Trainer. Now taking his place is Benjamin Rivera. He's a Threat Research and Training Manager of Trend Micro. Welcome back, Paul. And of course, Benj, welcome to Philippines Uncut. Now, pag-usapan natin yung title mo. It says Threat Research and Training Manager. What does this mean?
Threat Research and Training Manager, basically, we ensure that our Trend Micro employees